Jericho stood defiant, its walls thick and unyielding, its gates sealed tight. No one entered, no one left. The city was a fortress, its inhabitants gripped by fear after hearing of Israel's crossing the Jordan. Yet God's battle plan defied all military logic. March, for 6 days, Israel circled the city once each day. Priests led the procession, blowing ram's horn trumpets, shofars, whose haunting wails echoed across the plain. The Ark of the Covenant followed, its presence a reminder of God's covenant with his people. Soldiers marched in silence, their footsteps a steady drumbeat, their weapons sheathed. The people of Jericho watched from the ramparts, mocking the strange ritual. On the 7th day, the pattern changed. Israel marched 7 times around the city, the tension building with each lap. On the final circuit, the priests unleashed a prolonged blast of their shofars. Their sound pierced the air. At Joshua's signal, the people shouted, a roar of faith that shook the heavens. The walls of Jericho trembled, then collapsed flat, as if an unseen hand had toppled them. The city lay exposed, given to Israel without a blade drawn. Rahab, the prostitute who had helped Israel's spies days earlier, was spared as promised. Her red cord, hung from her window, became a sign of mercy amid judgment. She and her family were brought out safely, their lives a testament to God's grace, even in conquest. But victory was tainted by disobedience. Achan, from the tribe of Judah, defied God's ban on taking plunder. He stole silver, gold, and a beautiful Babylonian robe, hiding them beneath his tent. When Israel attacked Ai, a smaller city, they were routed. 36 men fell, and the army fled in shame. Joshua tore his clothes, crying out to God. Sin had infected the camp, severing their favor. God revealed Achan as the culprit. He confessed, but the judgment was swift. Achan, his family, and all they owned were stoned in the valley of Achor. The stolen goods burned. Only then did God restore Israel's strength. Ai was taken in a strategic ambush. Joshua's forces lured the enemy out, surrounded them, and destroyed the city, leaving it in a smoldering ruin. Before further conquest, Joshua led the people to Mount Ebal and Mount Gerizim, twin peaks in the heart of Canaan. There, he built an altar of uncut stones, as Moses had commanded. The scent of peace offerings rose to the sky, mingling in the dust of the land. Joshua read aloud the entire law of Moses, blessings for obedience, curses for rebellion, while the tribes stood divided between the mountains, echoing their amen to the covenant. Even in war, the law reigned supreme. The conquest of Canaan was not merely military, but moral, a battle against idols, disobedience, and forgetfulness. Jericho showed that God could bring down walls in an instant. Ai proved that sin could build them back up, separating Israel from the divine protector. The path forward demanded holiness as much as courage. This clip ends here, but the story doesn't. Wayfarers Chase has the full arc of biblical lore, theology, historical figures, the covenant behind the scene. Click one of these to keep questing through the only myth that was never a myth at all.